Alrighty, y'all. Well, we're on to a new day here. Right behind me, we just picked up a 4x8 sheet of 16 gauge sheet metal. So that's going to be able to start fixing all of our holes in our floor down, everything there. So we still have to get a little bit more of the rust taken up on the back there. Then we'll get cutting onto our sheet over here, getting the pieces that we need. I'll go inside and I'll get the welder and we can start filling in all these holes. On to the next step. Slowly but surely we're going to get there. Just a handy tip for if you're ever changing your blades, just make sure it's unplugged. You know, you don't want to have it plugged in and you kick on the power when you're changing it. So always make sure that it's unplugged when you're changing your blades and your discs. Alright, so this is our plate of steel that we're using. Like I mentioned earlier, it is 16 gauge. And right over here, this is the area that we're going to be starting to work on the floor. So I'm just getting ready to patch this hole. I'm going to cut it all out and cut a piece of the sheet metal and get my welder and we'll start welding it in. So we'll start back here, work our way through where the wheel wells are. Go over here, and then I still have to prep this area back here as well. But there's a few holes, as you can see, plus over here by the wheel wells. That's the only downfall of a Canadian bus, is the winters and the salt. Well, we're getting used to it now. We finally got the wire feed all set up good. Now it's just getting used to the settings. You can see a couple spots here burnt through right there. It'll take some time to get used to figuring out the settings for all of this. But we have some nice good beads down here on this side. Have a nice good bead down on that side. So just takes some messing around with, and it's looking good so far. Our first plate's almost all in. I'll go back and I'll hit it back up with the wire grinder. And Bob's your uncle. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we're making some headway. Had to fart around there with trying to get the wire feed all good. There's a wheel in there that I had to spin around, so my feed is continuous. And ever since I got that problem fixed, slowly getting back into making some good beads. So it's going to take some practice, going to take some time, but we got a couple plates down, so we got a couple holes filled already, which is absolutely wonderful. Still have to go back over, fill in a couple places where I burnt through, so going to use metal coat hangers and just use that as a filler. And I have some plates from the old seats that I'm going to use to fill in where the old seats used to go. So yeah, we're making progress. We have the first little bits of weld done, and lots more to go. So let's keep on going. Cooking with grease. Bob's your uncle. Woo! Like I say, they're not the best looking welds, but they have penetrated, they've permeated both layers, and it's going to do what I need to do. So like I say, those couple spots that I burnt through there that you've seen, going to fill those in with metal coat hangers, and just keep on moving down, filling and patching, filling and patching. better. A lot better than that first plate. All right, well, we have our first couple patches in place. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. Not the best welds, but learning as I go, remembering from years ago. So here we are. So there's the first plate. As mentioned there, we got a couple burn throughs. I was still trying to mess around with my my wire feed. It was getting all messed up in my welder right in this area in here. So got that fixed. Coming over here, these are a couple little patches here that turned out good. Just did this one right there, get that all ground down. And now I know some of you are probably like, holy, those are horrible welds. And at the same time, you're definitely right, definitely correct. They're not the greatest welds, but you know, they're not the worst. They're making good contact, getting all the way through. They don't look the greatest, but you know, it's going to do the job. Where all the welds are and everything anyway, I'm going to grind that back down even a little bit more, and going to fiberglass it off. So that way no water can come up through. But you know, compared to what it's looking like there, it's definitely a lot better with the patchwork there. And as you see, coming down here too. So, you know, that's awesome. Absolutely love it. Making great progress. And the thing too is with the welding is as I get, you know, going with it, lots of holes to fill, getting the ins and outs of the welder, gonna get better with it. So I can't wait to get practicing on that. So like I say, we got those 4 patches in right here. I'm going to use a couple of the frames that came off the seat, good size metal. So I just cut those into quarters, and I'll use those to fill up these little holes down here by my finger. And all the other big holes that you see over here, like over here by the wheel well, right here, that big hole, stuff like that. I'll use this sheet metal over here, cut that out, and then I'll cut the sheet metal, weld that in, and then go from there with the big stuff. So we definitely are cooking with grease now. Great dirty day's work, and probably leave the video here. Muchly appreciate y'all checking out the video and the bus build. Soon we're going to be getting on down with the cabin, doing some work down there, and get some more exciting news in a future episode as well. So I'll just say another tiny house, and I'll just leave it at that for now. Awesome stuff. Thanks for tuning in. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode. Adam at Maple Monkey Media signing off for the day. Woo, 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 from the bus, y'all. Cheers.